Hey everyone, figured I would provide an overview for this year's CyberForce competition team registration since we've moved back into an overarching team application rather than the team to individual. This year, you'll see that we've moved into what will be a team or mentor filling out your application, and then an individual will have to fill out certain pieces of it. So here we go. You'll come to the registration and you'll click on the form link, which will bring you here. You'll see that the overview and eligibility for the competition states that the competition is in person. You're understanding that. You understand that each member can be a part of only one team. If your team is selected, any student team member cannot participate in any volunteer position, which is the red, green, or orange. Hey, if you want to help out checking other students in, we're more than happy to help you. But in the event that we find out that you did register for a red team role, a green team role, or orange team role, and you haven't been forthcoming, the entire team will be disqualified. And your entire team will be certified that you're eligible under DOE guidelines, that you'll get post this application that you are considered eligible and able to participate. By clicking you understand this, we'll move forward. Here's where you'll input your team demographics. We ask that you input the formal name of your institution. So for example, if you're the University of Tennessee at Chattanooga or the University of Texas at San Antonio, please put that in. Please don't put UTSA or UC Berkeley. Put in what the formal name is so that us as the administrators can ensure that we are not making up a team name or a university name for you. Input your team name. That can be any name that your team wants to be known by. Please ensure that it is appropriate, as this is a workforce development effort, and your team name is what goes up on the scoreboard. If there's team names that are duplicative, we will work to make sure that they are, in fact, something that is associated with your school as well. And then what state or territory your school is located. So in the event that this was actually a school, so it's Argonne University, we're going to go with AU, and then we are going to say we're from Alaska. This is where, again, I mentioned in the 101 webinar that if we have mentors are not required, but are heavily encouraged. So this year in the application, you actually can have up to 2 mentors participate on this particular application. If you have more, you'll have to reach out to us via an email. But to start, it does ask, do you have a mentor who will either be joining you or providing oversight prior to the competition? So ideally, when you fill out this application, this means that the mentor will be joining you at the particular competition. If you say yes, the mentor information will come through. If you say no, then you'll just immediately jump to captain. So dependent on who's filling this out, it doesn't matter, but just make sure you can't go back. So if you say yes, you'll fill out your mentor information. So if I said yes, you'll put the mentor's full name, their email for an EDU, a phone number, and then their unisex t-shirt size. Then it'll ask you, will there be another mentor who will either accompany and or assist with your team? You can say yes or no if there's no second mentor. In the event that there is no mentor, you'll say no. Click next, and then it'll jump to the captain information. This is where you'll need to put in the captain's full name, their email, which will need to be an EDU, an alternative email for an EDU, a cell phone number, just in the event that we need to get in hold of you if there's a bad email several times for a team member or something goes awry. Then you have optional fields like your sex, your active military or veteran status, a required field of a level in school and your major concentration, and an optional field if you have a minor. Then we'll ask if you've had any previous participation in CyberForce. You can click yes or no. If you click yes, it'll provide you a drop down of what other activities you participated in. Competition, any of the Conquer the Hills, the webinars, the podcasts, or career fair. And then finally, it'll ask you for your t-shirt size. This will be repeated all the way through the first 4 members. So your captain, team member 2, team member 3, and team member 4. When you get to team member 4, at the end of that, it'll ask you, do you have a team member 5? If you say yes, then you will continue through to team number 5. Once you get to the bottom of team member 5, it'll ask again, do you have a team member number 6? If you say yes, you'll fill out the same information for team number 6. Once you complete that, you'll then submit your registration. Once you've submitted your team application, immediately you'll get an email. And when I say everyone will get an email, everyone will get an email. Anyone that was on your application from every single mentor, from your first and your second if you have 2, and if you have 6 team members, all 6 will get them. We'll get an email that says action needed. This means every single person has to do something. That'll tell you, hello team, whatever your team name is from your university. Let you know that thank you for applying, but at this time we've received it, but you have another step. You'll need to click the form here. Before you click it and you start inputting information, please make sure to read the following. You will need your team ID, which is found right here. Your team ID will be whatever this number is listed here, but you'll also need your individual ID. So if I were Amanda Time, I would need 0.1. If I were Greg Lord, I would need 0.2. If I were Fern Germ, I would need 0.3. If I were Rita Berry, I would need 0.4. If I were Periwink, I would need 0.5. If I were Silverback, I would need 0.7. So if I were to click this link and take myself over here to the CyberForce competition image release, eligibility, and dietary restrictions, when I click start now, you'll see that I need my team ID, which is found in email. As I stated, my team ID was 13. The school is just to verify in the event that you happen to fat finger anything. My individual ID, as we've made a comment here before, so if I'm Amanda Time, I'm 13.1. So 13.1. We're going to input here Amanda Time, and then we would input the email that I would have had. Then we're going to validate which one applies to you. So if you're the student or the mentor. If you're the student, we're going to go in there. As a student, we do need to validate that you are 18 years or older. So you'll need to input your birthday. So we'll say that we're year 2000. And then you'll go through some of the pre-competition skill check-in if you are a student. So we'll input what we are here for all of these. And then we'll move forward to eligibility. This eligibility states that you are not banned from any sort of U.S. government related programs or competitions, which would make you ineligible to compete. You can identify whether or not you feel like you'd be on this, whether you look at the Department of State consolidated screening lists, or if you are a part of a foreign talent recruitment program. You'll click whether you certify you are eligible to participate. You'll click that. If you certify that you're not eligible to participate, then you are not able to participate in this program at all. You'll click that, and then your team will have to find someone else that's new. Dietary restrictions and lunch preferences. So you'll identify whether or not you have any dietary restrictions. Please note, because we have so many people, we are doing our best to accommodate everyone, but there may just be some needs. And because we are at a new venue, that we cannot accommodate everything. So please mark down what you do have, but note that you may need to, be mindful of what you do have. So if you have several different things, or just know that you might need to be thinking. If you don't have anything, leave it blank, and then you can mark your preferred Saturday lunch sandwich options. These are your only options, so please do not try to call the place and ask them for something else. These are the only options, or you can bring your own lunch due to your own restrictions, or if you don't have a preference for those. So if I wanted a roast beef sandwich, that would be my selection. And then finally, the image release. So this is where you'd identify whether or not you're open welcome to having your image taken. This includes up to your regular image being taken. If you opt out, please understand large room photos are included even in an opt-out. So the back of your head is included in an opt-out as well. So that means that we can still take large room photos. You may be in those, but anything up close where your face would be recognized, that would be removed. So you would get a sticker or some sort of notice on your badge, and then we would not have your photo put out there. In the event that that accidentally is done, you are more than welcome to let us know that, hey, my picture was not supposed to be up there, and we will take it down for you. Then you'll submit this. You'll get an email that states, hey, you've been up there. Once we get every single person's image release, eligibility, and their dietary items, we will then go through and identify whether or not your team has been accepted, been put on the wait list, where we're at, and then you'll be provided your welcome email if you are accepted.